Hello student, today topic is Gauss theorem. When we are studying Gauss theorem, few terms which are used to study the Gauss theorem. One such term is area vector. What is area vector? Area vector, it is the vector representation of an area or small area of a surface can be represented by vector. In few expressions in electricity, area works as the vector quantity. But we know that area is not a vector quantity. So there is one solution that we have described another quantity known as area vector. That is, the area vector means the vector which is perpendicular to the area having the magnitude equal to the area, numerical value of area. For example, let S is the surface and ds, S is the surface, ds is the small area, or this is area. Then the area vector of ds is this is length or the magnitude equal to ds and direction perpendicular to the area. Clear? For example, this is the area, then this is area vector. If this length is equal to this area and direction perpendicular to the surface, means area vector ds is given by ds, this is the magnitude, and n cap, this vector is perpendicular to the surface. Clear? This term is frequently used in Gauss theorem. Another term which is used here, the electric flux. Represented by phi. Electric flux is, electric flux over an area is in an electric field represents the total number of electric field lines crossing this area. It is represented by phi E. Clear? And how we can calculate its value? Suppose this is the surface and direction E, electric field intensity, and this is the direction of area ds, angle between them phi. Then phi E is given by E dot ds or E ds cos theta. As we have studied in class 11, this is the position. Suppose this is DE, this is DS, then perpendicular DS cos theta, then the dot product between them DE DS cos theta. Here E represented by D represented by E ds cos theta or E dot ds. This is phi DE. Sorry, it is a vector quantity. It is a scalar quantity because it is the dot product between two vectors, and its unit Newton per meter square per coulomb. It is the unit of electric flux. Then these terms are frequently used in Gauss theorem. Now we start the Gauss theorem. Now the Gauss theorem statement. the total electric flux passing through any closed surface in an electric field is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 times of the total charge enclosed by that surface. This is indication the total charge, and this closed circle represents the closed surface, is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 times of the total charge, sigma q, total charge enclosed by that surface. This is the statement of Gauss theorem. And the second part, proof of Gauss theorem. Let us consider a spherical shell of radius r, and plus q charge is kept at its center. Clear? Now the electric field intensity at any point of the spherical shell is given by, according to Coulomb law, E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square r cap. Equation 1, r cap is the direction of this electric field intensity or acting towards the radius of the spherical shell. Clear? Now consider an infinitesimally small area ds on the surface of the spherical shell. Clear? Now consider an infinitesimally small area ds on the surface of spherical shell. The direction of electric field intensity and area vector of ds shown in figure. Clear? This is the direction of area vector and this is the direction of electric field intensity. Then from the LHS of Gauss theorem, E dot ds is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square r cap dot n cap ds. Clear? Or this can be written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square ds r dot n cap. Clear? Or r dot n is equal to magnitude of first vector, magnitude of second vector, and the cos of the angle between them. This is cos 0 or cos 0 1, 1 into 1 into 1, this is 1. Therefore r dot n is equal to 1. Clear? Or this expression is written as E dot ds is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square ds. Clear? Now integrating this equation within the closed surface, that is integrating this expression within the closed surface, E dot ds is equal to integration 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square ds, or this can be written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square ds. And the closed surface means total surface area of spherical shell, that is 4 pi r square, or this can be written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square, and this value is 4 pi r square because the total surface area of spherical shell is 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square, this is cancelled, or q upon epsilon 0. Clear? And this is S E dot ds is equal to Q upon epsilon 0. This is the RHS of Gauss theorem. Therefore, hence proved. Gauss theorem is proved. Clear? Then the applications of Gauss theorem. We start the applications of Gauss theorem. Now the first application is deduction of Coulomb law from Gauss theorem. We know that F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 upon R square. This is Coulomb law. Then how we can detect it? By using Gauss theorem. Let us consider Q1 and Q2 are the two charged particles separated by a distance r. Clear? Q1 and Q2 are the two charged particles separated by a distance r. Now we consider a spherical surface of radius r in such a way Q1 lies at its center and Q2 at its surface, as shown in figure. Clear? Now Q1 charge is enclosed by this closed surface and Q2 charge is lying on the surface. Then the Gauss theorem, the total charge enclosed by the surface means Gauss theorem is applicable for this charge Q1. Then according to the Gauss theorem, the electric field intensity at the surface of the spherical shell or the spherical surface. Clear? E dot ds is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 times total charge enclosed by the surface. Means Q1 is enclosed, therefore Q1 is here. Or E ds cos theta, or simply we write it cos 0 from the figure, because the direction of electric field intensity and area vector are parallel to each other. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1, or E ds is equal to 1 upon 4 pi Q1, or E is equal to E into 4 pi r square 1 upon epsilon 0 Q1, or E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 upon r square. This is electric field intensity at the surface. Clear? Then force experienced by the Q2 charge. This is F is equal to Q2 into E, because the force is QE. Clear? Or F is equal to Q2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q, or F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 upon r square. This is Coulomb law by using Gauss theorem. Clear? Clear? Now if any doubt, write in comment box and subscribe my channel for next video. The application next part we will discuss in next video. Clear? Thank you.